Today we're talking about the best games that already show what the Switch 2 is really capable of. These are the titles that make you want to turn the console on and stay there for hours. Strong single-player adventures, stylish action games, and experiences that truly feel like must-plays. In this video, we're counting down the top 15 best Switch 2 games you absolutely need to play right now. The Legend of Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom unfolds as a legendary evolution of open-world design, taking everything that defined Breath of the Wild, absolute freedom, organic exploration, and creative problem-solving, and pushing it to breathtaking new heights. You once again step into the role of Link, but this time the boundaries of Hyrule stretch far beyond the ground beneath your boots, opening upward into a vast sky filled with floating islands and downward into deep, mysterious caverns that feel ancient and dangerous. The world becomes a living sandbox powered by physics-bending mechanics, where Ultra-Hand creations let you assemble flying machines, improvised vehicles, and clever contraptions that redefine how puzzles and traversal work. Every leap from a cliff with a homemade glider and every strange device cobbled together sparks those unforgettable holy crap moments that make exploration endlessly rewarding. Mario Kart World launches as a bold reimagining of the franchise and arrives as a day one title for Nintendo Switch 2, instantly signaling that this is far more than another numbered sequel. Instead of confining races to isolated tracks, the game introduces a vast connected world where players can drive freely across sprawling landscapes that seamlessly link grassy plains, volcanoes, cities, forests, and open waters without loading screens. A brand new free roam mode allows you to explore at your own pace, take scenic detours, snap photos with friends, and experience the world beyond structured competition, while classic cups and knockout challenges return for those craving traditional high-speed chaos. Races now support up to 24 players at once, doubling the usual count and making every boost, glide, and red shell encounter feel larger and more intense than ever. Donkey Kong Bonanza marks the long-awaited return of Donkey Kong as a full-scale 3D action-adventure powerhouse on Nintendo Switch 2, delivering something that feels both rooted in classic DK energy and boldly new. After more than a decade without an original 3D Donkey Kong title, since Tropical Freeze, Nintendo EPD brings the iconic gorilla back into the spotlight with a story centered on stolen golden bananas taken by a shadowy organization known as Void Co. The adventure plunges Donkey Kong into sprawling underground worlds that beg to be explored through brute force and movement, encouraging players to punch through destructible terrain, climb massive structures, and smash enemies into the dirt to uncover hidden paths and secrets. Super Mario Galaxy 2 finally receives the honored re-release it has long deserved, launching alongside its predecessor as a polished cosmic companion for both Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. This is far more than a nostalgic revisit, as the game stands as one of the most inventive and daring 3D platformers ever made, refined with modern conveniences that respect its original brilliance. The experience expands on everything that made the first Galaxy special, introducing bolder-level designs, sharper pacing, and gravity-defying planets packed with clever twists that constantly surprise even seasoned players. Mario's partnership with Yoshi becomes a core gameplay element, adding new movement options and puzzle-solving possibilities that deepen the adventure. Hogs, Metroid Prime 4. Beyond finally brings Samus Aran back into the first-person spotlight after years of anticipation, delivering a long-awaited continuation of the Metroid Prime Legacy that lands in December 2025 on both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. The game carefully balances the classic DNA of Metroid Prime, methodical exploration, atmospheric isolation, and immersive first-person combat, with fresh ideas that push the series forward without losing its identity. Players journey to the mysterious planet Vuros, a richly detailed world that blends dense jungle ruins with expansive open spaces, creating environments that fluidly shift between corridor-driven shooter segments and a more open, interconnected structure.
Vuros. Here, Samus finds a verdant jungle. Samus is granted mysterious and ancient powers.
Hollow Knight Silksong arrives as one of the most intensely anticipated indie sequels of the past decade, finally releasing in September 2025 after years of waiting and instantly justifying the hype surrounding it. This time, players step into the role of Hornet, the former princess protector of Hallownest, who is captured and drawn into the mysterious new kingdom of Farloom, a land that feels vibrant, dangerous, and constantly alive. From the opening moments, it's clear that Silksong is not a simple follow-up, but a reimagining of the Metroidvania formula built around Hornet's speed, agility, and flowing combat style. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition makes its long-awaited debut on a Nintendo platform as a launch title for Nintendo Switch 2 in June 2025, placing the sprawling neon nightmare of Night City directly into players' hands for the first time. This Ultimate Edition is positioned as the definitive version of the game, bundling the full base experience with the Phantom Liberty expansion, which introduces an espionage-driven storyline set in the dangerous district of Dogtown. Players once again step into the role of V, a cybernetically enhanced mercenary navigating a city where ambition, violence, and opportunity collide at every corner, and where personal choices shape both character and fate.
Fucking Chip. Night City legend.
Hades 2 storms onto Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 with its full release in September 2025. Marking Supergiant Games' first ever direct sequel and expanding the studio's signature blend of fast-paced action and rich storytelling. This time, players take control of Melinoa, the fierce princess of the underworld, as she wages war against Kronos, the Titan of Time, pushing the mythological conflict far beyond the scope of the original game. The core loop of roguelike runs, tight combat mechanics, and evolving character relationships returns in full force, but with new powers, fresh bosses, and an expanded narrative that continues to develop even deep into the endgame. Familiar systems feel refined rather than replaced, creating a sense of continuity while allowing the sequel to stand confidently on its own.
Like that.
Splatoon 3 brings Nintendo's vibrant, ink-splattering shooter into its third chapter, originally launching in September 2022 and continuing to stand as one of the most distinctive multiplayer experiences on the platform. Set in a world where color is both weapon and territory, players choose to fight as Inklings or Octolings, diving into fast-paced turf wars where covering the environment in your team's ink is just as important as outplaying opponents. The game blends competitive shooting with expressive movement, allowing players to swim through ink, ambush rivals, and deploy a wide variety of quirky weapons ranging from long-range chargers to close-quarters rollers that dominate space.
Series Weapon Power, a new stat to dive into, is being added to Anarchy Battles. Coming down the spillway, the Splatlands Collection, which features new weapons from the
Hogwarts Legacy invites players to step into the wizarding world from a completely new perspective, placing them inside Hogwarts not as a familiar hero, but as their own custom-created student living nearly a century before the events of the Harry Potter saga. Set in the late 1800s, the game unfolds as an expansive open-world action RPG where learning spells, brewing potions, mastering broom flight, and uncovering long-buried secrets all become part of everyday magical life. Beyond the castle's shifting staircases and enchanted classrooms lies a living world filled with ancient dangers, hidden dungeons, and quests that stretch far beyond the school curriculum. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut arrives on Nintendo Switch 2 as a launch title and serves as the definitive gateway into the Like a Dragon saga, presenting a gritty and emotionally charged crime epic set in the neon-lit underworld of late 1980s Japan. The story follows two iconic protagonists, Kazuma Kiryu and Goro Majima, whose lives unfold across the bustling streets of Tokyo and Osaka as themes of loyalty, ambition, betrayal, and honor collide. This director's cut builds upon the beloved original with new cutscenes and expanded dialogue that deepen character relationships and narrative impact, while retaining the series' signature blend of brutal brawler combat, heartfelt drama, and absurd side activities that shift effortlessly between seriousness and humor.
Way. Guess I owe you, huh? All new scenes, exclusively created. But don't forget to take a break and indulge in what the city...
Killing someone. Could you do it?
Star Wars Outlaws delivers a long-awaited Star Wars fantasy by placing players in the role of a true scoundrel rather than a Jedi or Sith, offering an open-world adventure centered on survival, freedom, and life on the edges of the galaxy. You play as Kay Vess, a resourceful outlaw navigating a criminal underworld filled with smugglers, syndicates, and dangerous opportunities, accompanied by her loyal companion Nyx. The game abandons the familiar Skywalker narrative to focus on ground-level storytelling, where heists, shady deals, and underworld politics define your journey. Gameplay flows between bustling cantinas, high-speed speeder chases across harsh landscapes, and intense third-person blaster and melee combat, giving players the freedom to chart their own path.
Everyone is fighting for their piece of the galaxy.
No Man's Sky continues its remarkable evolution on Nintendo Switch 2, reinforcing its reputation as one of the most ambitious and constantly evolving space exploration games ever created. Players launch from planet to planet across a nearly infinite galaxy, discovering procedurally generated worlds that no one else has ever seen, each with its own ecosystems, dangers, and resources to uncover. The Switch 2 edition significantly improves performance and visual fidelity while introducing full multiplayer support on Nintendo hardware for the first time, alongside touchscreen and gyro controls and full cross-save functionality. A major free update expands the scope even further by introducing city building and settlement management mechanics, allowing players to construct and oversee towns, develop infrastructure, and defend their communities from pirate raids.
On the original Switch, we were maybe the only developer to support FSR. Our latest update, Beacon, it adds these huge texture density across the board and increased resolution significantly.
Apex Legends lands on Nintendo Switch 2 with a full release in August 2025, bringing one of the most influential and refined battle royale shooters into Nintendo's ecosystem with a level of performance previously unseen on the platform. Built around fast-paced squad-based competition, the game drops teams of legends into intense arenas where survival depends on movement, positioning, and mastery of each character's unique abilities. The Switch 2 version delivers a smooth 60 frames per second experience with responsive controls, motion aiming support, and visuals that far exceed expectations for a handheld-capable system. All core modes remain intact, from the classic Battle Royale format to rotating seasonal events, alongside the signature ping system that enables seamless teamwork without voice chat.
It's not your mind playing.
I'd say congrats 3 times, but we're still in promotion.
Wild card.
Tickets on sale now. Things are about to get cool.